Hi there, folks. Happy Homebrew Wednesday. It's been a while. I've got here my Mexican Cerveza. Now, this is one of the. As you can see, it's the glass is all steamed up now because it's very, very hot. It's ridiculous temperatures here in Scotland at the moment. Quite wonderful, ridiculous temperatures. As you can see, it's pretty clear. It's got a decent head in it. I poured that about a couple of minutes ago, and it's delicious. It's absolutely wonderful. That was a Cooper's Mexican Cerveza, and yeah, it came out absolutely brilliantly. That's not one of the ones I put the lime into, because I popped some lime cordial into a few of the bottles. Unfortunately, that turned out so good that I drank them all. So this is one of the standard ones, one of the larger bottles. I did most of them in. Well, I did at least about a third of them in kind of 330 ml bottles, so half pints, and the rest of them I did in standard 500s. So yeah, this is one of the larger ones, and it's a very hot night, so I thought, why not have a beer and just enjoy a nice cool cerveza, which is really nice just by itself. It's got a bit of a kind of an Italian beer kind of texture and taste to it. As I said, it would be a little bit nicer, and it is nicer with lime. We cracked a few bottles open during the World Cup and the final, because we wanted to try something a bit, we had some food that was vaguely German based, and we didn't have anything Argentinian based, so I said, well, I'll just bring some cerveza, which made sense. And yeah, it turned out wonderfully, and it was very well received, which I'm glad about. But yeah, even without the lime, it's quite delicious. Yeah, so other than that, I've not been doing a huge amount of homebrewing lately, basically because it's that time of year. When I'm not being busy working, I've been out in the garden, enjoying the wonderful sunshine. I've even caught a bit of the sun, as you can probably see from my colour, which is nice and a pleasant change in Scotland. Certainly becoming more of a regular occurrence over the last few years. Global warming. People say it's not happening. Well, the seasons have shifted almost a month out of sync, sometimes even nearly 2 months out of sync, and we're now enjoying freezing cold winters and boiling hot summers in Scotland, which is nice, but not what I was used to when I was a child growing up. Again, it's pleasant enough. So, and my garden's doing wonderfully. I planted some potatoes and some runner beans, and they've both shot up to the point where I put them too close together, not realizing quite how big the potato plants were going to get. I had this idea that potato plants grew about this big, not this big and spread out, but so it goes. My brambles are going bananas, absolutely bananas. So there's certainly going to be another bunch of bramble-based drinks coming up this autumn. They're still green at the moment, so I'm just keeping them well watered so that they develop really nicely. But the amount of fruit on the bush is just insane. Far more than there was last year. So pruning it back obviously helped. Then again, staking it all up on bamboo and keeping it, tending to it rather than letting it grow naturally has actually helped. But in the meantime, my next project is actually going to be an apricot wine. Basically made from the old cheating way of using apricot jam. I was originally going to do an apricot mead, but then I just thought, no, I'll just use three jars of apricot jam, just basic commonly garden stuff with no particular additives. And I'll just get cracking on that. So I literally picked up the jam yesterday, and I picked up one of those big 5 litre tubs of water, which you'll be familiar with from my earlier videos. So that's all there, that's all ready to go. But yeah, not much else has been happening recently, as I said. Brewing wise, certainly not an awful lot. It's mostly been drinking rather than brewing. As I said before in one of previous videos, I've still got my nettle wine. I've been leaving that, I've not been touching that. And I've still got a few bottles of my stout left, the Xenomorph stout. And I've always been putting aside some bottles of the meads that I've been making, because I imagine I'll have some strange blowout party at some point. But still, that's how things have been going at the moment. As I said, yep, the apricot wine will be coming along. I'll probably do a mead as well at some stage in the next month or two, after the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, which is going to keep me insanely busy. And I may pop up a few videos about that. I was actually planning to do a few videos regarding the Fringe, and I probably still will, because every year I do, here's an interesting little fact if you follow me and you have any interest in going to see the Edinburgh Fringe Festival. Every year I make up a free Fringe guide. Basically what I do is I take I take yonder Fringe Fringe book, as you can see, free Fringe book, because this is the one that I use to go through, and I literally go through and circle various shows if they say that they are free and non-ticketed. Then what I do is I compile a big spreadsheet which has all of the information on the shows, what the show name is, how long it is, what venue it's in, what type of show it is, if it's comedy, cabaret, children's show, spoken word, and then the rest of the spreadsheet is a separate set of fields, which is the dates from about I think it's 25th to the 31st this year are the days that are actually that they're counting as days, even though the majority of stuff's only going to go from the 1st to the 25th, but those are the technical dates with the outlying days. So that's all there, and it's all already done. I've already filled it all in, and it's freely available on the internet, and I'm going to put the link in the bottom of this video, which is a new idea I had of just trying to get it out there, because it's completely for free. It's free Fringe, so it's free. I put it out there, I want people to have it, mainly because people I know complain that there's not enough on at the Fringe and everything's really, really expensive. You've got comedians like Stuart Lee sitting there telling everybody that the Fringe is far too expensive, completely forgetting that in fact there's an awful lot of free stuff at the Fringe. So I started making up, a few years ago, these spreadsheets. So I'll put that at the bottom, along with the link to my blog where I've actually written up a full guide. I may do a video where I go through step by step how you actually have to do it, but I mean it's fairly self-explanatory on the guide, but maybe some people would prefer a visual cue. So I'll put the link to that down below, along with there's a series of articles I've been putting up, just little blog entries about surviving the Fringe and various things to do. Some shows I've been recommending to people see. They're by companies I've seen a few times, because I've been a theatre critic for over 10 years, and I go every year to the Fringe and see ridiculous amounts of shows, so people always want to know what's good. And unfortunately people always ask me what's good out of the free stuff, and I have no idea, because I never actually see the free stuff, unfortunately. One of the lucky things of being a theatre critic is you end up going to see the stuff that people have to pay for, which of course is a terrible hardship. Oh no. But yeah, so what I've done is I've put down a list of various shows that people actually might like to see out of the paid ones, by companies who I've seen a few times and have always been reliable and dependable to make very entertaining Fringe fare. But yeah, so yeah, enough about that. As I said, I'll pop that at the bottom. Other than that, just been working away. Been doing more work on Project Kiltman, which I can't talk about yet. Hopefully in a couple of weeks, once it's actually on the telly, I can actually talk about that. And if you've got half a brain cell together to rub together to realise that there's a TV show coming on soon that might have something to do with the word kilt, you can probably work it out. But yeah, anyway, so I'll talk more about that when that comes up. And I've been getting on with my other work, which has always been good. Got some filming in Ireland coming up, that should be fun. Get the crane out, and I think we're chasing sheepdogs with the camera crane, which is fun. But yeah, other than that, yeah, life has been continuing as normal. Just a wee video as always. These wee formats. I will do some bigger, more. Someone on a motorbike, couldn't know if you could hear that. I will do some more complicated videos. Some more. In fact, I'll probably film some cooking videos, and actually there's a couple of jam making videos that I did over a year and a half ago, which will be really funny because I'm going to put them up because my beard will suddenly be huge again. But they're actually sitting in a partially edited stage in a folder on my desktop, so I'll get those together hopefully soon. Again, maybe depending how busy the Fringe is. I've already got about 40 shows marked down, which is a cut back from normal, but hopefully if I've got some time in between that, I'll get on with that. But yeah, hope you're all having a good time, and cheers to you all, and a happy Homebrew Wednesday.